Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Football FanView, and it's another weekend roundup preview show again this afternoon. Once again, welcome back. Don't forget to smash the like, subscribe, and do all the rest on the video. And like I used to say, if you actually want to get on this channel, just let me know. You can DM me. You can just make your comment in the comment section. Don't forget the show. There's going to be a show tomorrow morning also, where the panelists are going to be coming on to also give their prediction to win 20,000 naira. The winner is winning 20,000 naira. So don't forget, the show will be taking place by 8 a.m. in the morning, tomorrow morning. So our panelists, like Mr. Jamiu and the rest of them, will be available for the show tomorrow morning. So quickly moving to the show of this morning, this afternoon. Is it morning? I think it's still morning. This morning, we'll actually be looking into the games that is going to be taking place over the weekend. And in the weekend, we have lots and lots and lots of games going on in the weekend in the English Premier League. So today we're going to be taking a look at some of those matches. So I'll be starting with some couple that we have over here. I'll be taking a look. Let me just put this up now. All right, yeah. So we have this. So we are having this. So I think the first game we'll be looking at the big games most especially. I think the first big game for the weekend will be West Ham against Arsenal over the weekend. West Ham against Arsenal. The game is going to be kicking off. That's at 6:30. But I love the timing of this game. Basically, I will be able to round up everything. I can sit down and watch the game. Now, looking at this game particularly, Arsenal is actually playing interesting football at the moment. And at the moment, it's exciting, to have Odegaard back at the moment. In this game, I think I will be looking at Martin Odegaard. I will be looking at Bukayo Saka. I'll be looking at a lot of people in this game to actually, step up and, just like they do. For me, I feel for Arsenal to win this game, they need to start as fast as they started against Sporting. They came out firing. Although there was a lot of rotation in the team, but the team actually came out, firing for that particular day. So for me, I feel Arsenal is going. If Arsenal decides to go out, gun firing in that game, I don't think West Ham has enough strength. Yes, West Ham. We remember that West Ham got the results against Newcastle in the last game. It was a shocking result for everybody when they came up with the win against Arsenal. So for West Ham Arsenal, basically, for me personally, I feel the midfield, the game is going to be won in the midfield because I think Mohamed Kudus is being projected to be on suspension because of the red card he got against Tottenham. So he's likely to miss a couple of matches. So we're not expecting Mohamed Kudus to be in the game for that day. I believe it is going to be like, although they won the game, their last game without him. So you can't actually say that maybe for this reason it's not going to be around. But one way or the other, I still think Arsenal will have enough to, get the result against West Ham that particular Saturday. And it's good. The time for the match is 6:30 Nigerian time. Now, one thing I want to say is this. Many Arsenal fans were actually, I can say all hell has been let loose, for the fact that the team has not actually been doing well. Like, for considering the result, I see a lot of Arsenal fans, saying that a lot of things is going on. They are complaining. They are making things. They're saying, okay, the results are not working as fine as things should be. Because result is not going their way due to the injury to one or two players. And one of these days, they just feel like, okay, it's going to be difficult for them to, and everybody has been going, oh, the season is terrible, oh, the league is done. I can't imagine how somebody is saying the league is done in 11 games. I don't think that is actually, worthwhile. And that's the slap on most of Arsenal fans' face anyway. Anyway, that will be that for that. Moving on to the next game, and that is the game between Arsenal and Chelsea and Newcastle. Chelsea and Aston Villa. Now the games between Aston Villa and Chelsea, that one is taking place on Sunday. That is 2:30 on Sunday. 2:30 on Sunday. Now, One thing I've said this before now, I said Chelsea are a team that people are actually not looking at the moment, but actually they are someone that people should actually look at. Chelsea right now, with the case of Cole Palmer, they have all their players doing good. They won yesterday in their conference league. In their conference league, 2-0. Even though the performance was not very good, take note, they actually did not actually play a lot of their first match. They didn't register a lot of their big players for that particular game, and they still went ahead and won the game. They kind of addressed. I don't think Chelsea are putting all their thoughts on that particular fixture, on that particular conference league, and fair enough for them. Probably they are believing that it's probably a waste of them. They want to focus on the league. And right now, looking at the table, if you look at the table at the moment, the table actually speaks for itself. This table actually speaks for itself, and at the moment, things is actually flowing well for them at the moment. They are moving well, and I think against Aston Villa has actually dropped form in recent days. If I'm not mistaken, if I can remember, Aston Villa has not actually gotten a result. I think I just need to check their table. When I looked at the table, I think we'll check that and we'll see. I don't think Aston Villa has been doing well recently. I think they've been having a poor run of form in their previous game. But still, I think it's going to be a tough game. But I feel when we go into this game, I think Chelsea will actually find it very difficult. And coming to my prediction, let me start with Arsenal. I think Arsenal should be able to do that game minimum. I think it's going to be 0-2 to Arsenal. Arsenal is going to win that game 2-0 tomorrow. Two goals to nil. Moving to Chelsea. Chelsea, I think Chelsea will just nick it 2-1. 2-1 Chelsea. Let me just go 2-1 to Chelsea. Let me just go 2-1 to Chelsea. Then we'll move to the next game, which is United against Everton. United against Everton. Now, I am not going to be surprised. Like I've said this before, and I'm repeating myself again. I'm not going to be surprised if United actually get some couple of wins consecutively now. Bar the game against Arsenal, because I don't think they have what it takes to actually beat Arsenal. I'm still going to stick with Arsenal winning that game against United. But right now against Everton, I think they just have what it will be enough for them. And I think the win again yesterday in the Europa League, yes, will actually have helped them, would actually galvanize them to go into the game and also get a result. So I'm going to be giving United 2-0 to United. And I feel United is going to be winning this game of football against Everton. They have all their players back. I don't think they have issues with injuries at the moment. I think the only person United has injured now at the moment is Harry Maguire at the moment. So even the Harry Maguire is said to be back safe. So he's back to training, and so I think they just have enough to do the job against Everton. So I'm going to be giving them a win in that game, 2-0. Now moving to the next game, that is Tottenham Hotspur. Yesterday they fell again. They took a draw in their they encountered a draw in their last game, against who did they even play with? Roma. Yes, they played 2-2 against Roma yesterday. And now they are going to the game against Fulham. Now, Tottenham is the kind of team that you really cannot tell what they will do. One time they are up, the next they are down. Next they are up again and they are down. They just keep moving. They keep moving like Nigerian NEPA. They keep going like Nigerian NEPA, up and down, on and off, on and off. You can't actually say what they can do at the moment. So, but really, I think they being at home should be enough to being at home should be able to give them. I think I don't have any choice than to give them away. I don't expect the Fulham team to actually give them yes, it will be a tough game, but I still feel Spurs will actually nick that game. I think I'll give it 2-1 or 3-1 to Spurs. 3-1 to Spurs. And the big game of the weekend, that is Manchester City against Liverpool. That is the game that's going to be taking place on Sunday, and that game is 5 p.m. on Sunday. 5 p.m. on Sunday. So, please, moving on to that particular game, we know that Man City we will say they are in crisis at the moment. We will say Man City is in crisis at the moment. Yes, we can say that. And Liverpool happens to have been on a flying form over the week. They've been winning games. They actually won against Real Madrid in their Champions League game on Wednesday, if I'm not mistaken. They won against Real Madrid. And for me, that is a good one for them. And going into that game, I'm very sure at the moment they are going to be on fire and be ready to actually, move on and play that game. And right now, City are actually struggling seriously to win games. They were not able to hold on to a 3-goal lead in the Champions League. Breaking another record in the Champions League, being the only team that has been able to hold on to that has been able to lose a 3-goal lead even after leading to like about 75 minutes in that game. So that game is 5 p.m. on Sunday, and I will not tell you lie. I don't even know. I don't have anything to say than to give a Liverpool a win, because first of all, it's at Anfield. Man City has not won there in a very long time. And then another thing is that Man City are not in form at the moment, and I don't see them springing into form. It doesn't look likely at the moment. I think I'm just going to give it to Liverpool 3. Let me just say 3-1 to Liverpool. Let me say 3-1 to Liverpool. Let me just give it 3-1 to Liverpool. I think Liverpool is likely to win this game. Now, moving on away from this, if I'm going to move away from this now, I'm going to actually want to look at what we have at the table. We're going to just take a look at the table at the moment. Let me just take a look at the Premier League table at the moment. Let me look at the tables and let's see how the table goes. Let me see how the table goes. I hope you can see this. So we have Liverpool on top of the league with 31 points, and City with 23 points. Chelsea and Arsenal at the back of them, and then we have Ipswich, Crystal Palace, and Southampton making the bottom 3. So I think right now their whole fixture is still clumsy, but that is my prediction for this weekend's game for the EPL for this game. Now, before we move on away from that, I think if we move away from that, we'll just need to move into some games in the Spanish La Liga. Now, in the Spanish La Liga, there are no big games. I will actually just look at some of the big games in the Spanish La Liga. And if we'll be looking at some of the big game in the Spanish La Liga, the side we'll be looking at is, first of all, is the game. We'll look at the game against for Real Madrid and the game against Barcelona, the game for Barcelona. So looking at this game at the moment, we can see that we have let me see, we have Barcelona Mallorca and then Real Madrid Atletico Bilbao. Amongst the two of them, I think Madrid has the stronger fixture. But the Madrid these days now, I don't even understand what to say to their case at the moment. They are actually struggling at the moment, but I still expect them to kick into gear. Maybe sometimes as the season move on. They are playing against Athletic Bilbao 8 o'clock. That's on Wednesday. I don't think they have a game. Oh, hold on. That's December 1st. That's on Sunday. La Liga on Sunday. I don't think. Okay, hold on. Okay, let's see. Okay, Barcelona against Las Palmas. That is on Saturday. Barcelona against Las Palmas on Saturday. And then Real Madrid is playing on let's find Real Madrid. I don't know. It's like they have an outstanding. I don't know. They have an outstanding match on Monday. I can't find Real Madrid. I think the next time Real Madrid is playing is Bilbao, but I can see that Barcelona is playing on Saturday, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Barcelona is playing on Saturday, and they are playing 1 p.m. against Las Palmas. I think that's a win for Barcelona, basically. Now, and let's just look at the table over there and see what is going on. Barcelona with 34 points, Real Madrid with 30 points, but Real Madrid with 1 outstanding, meaning if they are able to play their outstanding, probably maybe they can get close. I think Madrid will still bounce back, but I don't know. Galacticos, you can never write them out. So that is what we're having there. And on the bottom half of the La Liga, we have Valladolid, Espanyol, and Valencia. I believe Valencia should still escape that relegation, hopefully. I don't think Valencia would want to. With that heritage, I'm not expecting them to actually go into that zone. Moving away from the Spanish La Liga, we move to the Bundesliga, and there is the big one in the Bundesliga. That one is taking place on Saturday between Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich. Borussia Dortmund have been very, very poor this season. They have not been very, very good. Not that bad, but they've not been so good this season. But I think this is another match to actually, prove the worth of Vincent Company at the moment. Vincent Company, he has been flying. I don't think he has lost the game. I think that's a big game I want to watch over the weekend. I want to look at. Let me just take a peek at the table. You have Bayern Munich is on top of the league, and without a loss at the moment, they are playing against Borussia Dortmund, who is fifth position in the league, and Borussia Dortmund's result has been up and down like NEPA. Win, lose, win, lose, win, lose. Likely, I'm expecting Borussia Dortmund to lose again as usual against Bayern Munich. But let's see what happens over the weekend. I think it will be 3-1 to Bayern Munich. I'll be giving 3-1 to Bayern Munich in that game. And also moving to the Italian Serie A, like I said, I've made my point known. I don't want Napoli to win that league for one reason or the other. And I'm going to be looking at the game I'm looking at two games, basically the game against the Inter game and the Napoli game, and also the Atlanta game. Atlanta is playing Roma. Let me just say, I'm expecting Ademola Lookman to rise to the occasion again, because I'm rooting for Atlanta to actually win this league. And I think a win for Inter, I think a win for Atlanta, and probably I'm expecting Torino to do something against Napoli. And looking at the league table there, we have Napoli on top of the table with 29 points, Atlanta 28, Inter 28, Fiorentina 28. So it's actually the battle of the top teams in the Serie A this weekend. I'm expecting Ademola Lookman to rise to the occasion. Ademola Lookman, don't disappoint me. We have to punish Napoli for what they did to Osimhen. Now, finally, on the video before we ramp it up, we are going to be looking at the League 1. And we don't have any special team to look at today, if not PSG and Netis. That match is going to include our own dear Moses Simon. Moses Simon is going to be featuring for Netis in that game. That game is taking place on Saturday, and the time is 8 p.m. on Saturday. We are expecting PSG to take on, but PSG is at home. I think PSG will win because I don't think Netis has been doing fine. Looking at the table, I think Netis is far. In fact, their name has been, in fact, they have been, all they have is Latif, Laide, Lola, everything is just L and red at the moment. I don't see them doing anything. PSG is flying at the moment. I think it's going to be a win for PSG. Now, taking a look at the all-round event, there's a particular issue I want to actually talk about. Talking about in other news now. I'll be looking at some things before I wrap up this video. I'll be looking at some latest news, and the first one I want to look at is the issue of Pep Guardiola. Personally, I feel Pep Guardiola will turn it around. I don't know when, but I know he will turn it around. That's the issue of Pep. Because at the moment, I believe City cannot just continue to lose like this. They will at once turn it up. I just hope they get themselves soon. And I saw a stream yesterday with somebody, asking for Pep Guardiola to be sacked. I kind of imagine, do you think Pep Guardiola should be sacked? Leave your own comments in the comment section. And the second news I want to actually discuss is a point. I saw people making this issue, this argument that on Ruben Amorim to United, if it's going to be a fail or a success. Now, let me tell you something. People are getting me wrong on this particular quote. I'm not saying that particular quote is going to be a failure. Ruben Amorim to United, I didn't say it is going to be a failure. What I only said is, and what I'm saying is, Amorim doesn't look like the type of coach that coaches United generally. If you look at the history, probably, and the chronology of United, that's why I feel that way. But like now, he has started his life. Let's see what happens. I'm not actually against him, but I feel like it just doesn't look like that. But I can't make my conclusion on that. I guess so far the result, he has played, he has won. I think he has won 1 and drawn 2. Am I right? 1-1 and drawn 2, which is not bad enough. I think he has won 1 and drawn 1. It's not a bad result for him generally as a manager. Let's just see how it goes. And finally, the one I want to discuss is the case of Martin Odegaard. Somebody telling me, is Martin Odegaard the best player in Arsenal? That's what I want to ask you. I want you to leave your comment in the comment section. Is Martin Odegaard the best player in Arsenal at the moment? For me, this is what I feel. Don't forget to leave your comments in the comment section. Martin Odegaard is the most important player in Arsenal at the moment, but not the best player. For me, I think our best player so far is our own homeboy, Bukayo Saka, because basically he's the one that if you expect something to happen, it comes from him. And look at the way Arsenal plays. Everybody, they overload that particular right wing because they know that if there's anything that is going to happen, if there's anything that is going to happen at all, it's going to come from his side. And that is what I am expecting to happen in this. That's what the way I see it generally, happening for Arsenal. Another thing I want to mention is the fact that everybody is sleeping on Chelsea. Chelsea is in the title race. I've said it again and I'm repeating it and again and again. Until they are not in, they are in. If Arsenal is in, Chelsea is in the title race. Is Chelsea in the title race? Is Arsenal in the title race? Is City going to turn their fortune around? Is Liverpool going to win the league? Let me know in the comment section. Do not forget, thank you for watching the video. Don't forget to smash the like tomorrow, Saturday by 8 a.m. in the morning. Big up everybody that's going to be watching. If you're watching